Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Young with the PH Miracle Center here in Valley Center, California, and I'm with my good friend Dr. Ben Johnson, and we represent a group of doctors, both naturopathic and allopathic doctors, that incorporates both the best worlds of homeopathic, naturopathic, and also allopathic medicine, but in addition to that, also the diagnostic tools that are non-invasive. And our group is Universal Medical Imaging Group, which incorporates 3 doctors. We're working together, Dr. Galina Migalko, myself, and also the good doctor here, Dr. Ben Johnson, who's going to share with you some of our non-invasive diagnostics tools that will help you understand where you're at in your overall health and well-being. So Dr. Ben, thank you for being here today, and why don't you share a little bit about 2 of the non-invasive diagnostic tools that we have available for people out there that'll inform them about their bodies, the thermography, and of course the ultrasound. And these are both full body, is that correct?
They're both full body. Here at Universal Medical Imaging Group, Dr. Migalko has created a phenomenal triad of testing. So thermography first. Thermography is absolutely the most underutilized imaging test available. And it does something that no other medical test does. And I'm talking about MRIs, CTs, X-rays, ultrasound. I don't care what it is, no other test does what thermography does, because it detects inflammation and lymphatic congestion. If you noticed, I'm sure you did, Time magazine just had on the cover inflammation as a primary cause of cancer.
Right.
So inflammation is a process of disease, and absolutely for cancer. So thermography is the only test that shows inflammation. And where it's at for sure. I mean, you can check generic inflammation in the blood with a sedimentation rate, but you can't see where it's at. Thermography, you can see exactly where that inflammation is and how much there is. So thermography is approved as an adjunct test to other imaging techniques by the FDA, but it's highly underutilized. We utilize it here because it shows us the sources, the primary sources of disease processes that are occurring, that are if you're in the road and you see the truck coming, you can get out of the road. So what we can see with thermography, starting up at the top, you can see, well, you can even see headache issues and things like that, sinus issues, but like dental issues with inflammation and periodontitis, root canals, because dental disease is a cause of cancer. It's a cause of heart disease. We've known that for decades. Moving on down to the thyroid, you can image the thyroid with the thermogram.
Right.
And down on the chest, it shines when it comes to breast imaging because it has a sensitivity of between 80 and 90%, all according to who's doing it and what camera they're using and software. And that is so much better than like mammograms, which only have a 50% sensitivity for women below 50, and it misses half of those cancers. And
the mammograms are invasive.
Well, it's X-rays which cause cancer.
So
the thermography, no compression, nothing touches.
Beautiful.
No cancer-causing X-rays. It's just a picture of the infrared heat coming off the body. And then moving on down, you can image the abdomen, see where there might be cool spots, hot spots, look at liver issues, gallbladder issues.
And the vascular system.
The vascular system.
So you got the portal vein.
And the lymphatic congestion, which nothing else can see. Inflammation is something that thermography can see, but lymphatic congestion is another thing that it sees. And again, there's no other test can image lymphatic congestion. Down into the extremities, whether it's neurological damage or joint inflammation, whatever it is. So thermography is a great adjunct test.
What about the reproductive organs?
You
can see inflammation of the prostate?
You know, it's not the best test for prostate. That's in the next thing that we'll talk about, ultrasonography. So let's go ahead and talk about ultrasonography because, again, we're doing full bodies of all 3 of these tests. So with ultrasound, now you're looking at anatomy. Thermography was a test of physiology. This is a test of anatomy. And then the last test that Dr. Galina does at Universal Medical Imaging and that we participate in is the bioscan, and you're going to share with us about that.
Absolutely.
So the ultrasound, you start with the thyroid. You're looking for cysts or tumors or
calcification.
calcium.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Then you can image the carotids. So like stroke is one of the primary causes of disability and death in America and the world.
And it's preventable.
It's preventable.
If people will have an ultrasound.
You can image that with the ultrasound. And then certainly the breast, that's another study that when combined with the thermography, your sensitivity gets above 95%. So it's just an amazing combination of tests.
Even lymph nodes that may be enlarged?
Absolutely. So that's imaged with excellence. Moving on down to the abdomen, you can image the aorta. So again, looking for plaque and different issues, atherosclerotic type issues.
You can even see gallstones, can't you?
Looking at the
kidney stones,
gallbladder and the liver. So you're looking at the liver and the processes going on in the liver, the pancreas, the spleen, and the kidneys.
Right.
So you're imaging all of that.
Right.
So a great study of the abdomen, and then moving down to the lower abdomen. For women, you're looking at the uterus and ovaries, and for men, looking at the prostate. And we can do that, for women intravaginally or from the abdomen, and for men from the abdomen or the rectum. So to get the best imaging techniques available. And then moving on down the extremities with ultrasound, you can see, again, flow issues with arterial issues, and you can see like deep venous thrombosis, things like that. So there's so much information we can gather. Physiological tests, anatomical tests, and then share with us about the bioscan.
I want to do that, but before we go on to that, I've got to say, is anyone doing full body thermography and ultrasound? Because, I perceive that this isn't being done.
Well, nobody's doing them together except Dr. Galina, and then she put the bioscan in there, and it's an amazing array of information and knowledge that we gather.
Well, the bioscan tests all the functionality. So Dr. Ben's talking about physiology, he's talking about anatomy, and now we're going to talk about a little bit of functionality. And one of the things that I love testing for is metabolic latent tissue acidosis, because when the body can't get rid of its own waste products, if you're not peeing or sweating, it goes out into the connective tissue and into the organs, and this is what causes inflammation. So that article in Time was very, very important, because they're tying inflammation to cancer, diabetes, and heart disease, and we're going, okay, what's causing inflammation? Well, what is inflammation? It's nothing more than acidity, or the body's waste products that haven't been properly eliminated. So we're testing for that to see whether or not you're in metabolic acidosis, or if the body's reacting to an accumulation of acid, and therefore it throws it into, overcompensate into metabolic alkalosis. In addition to this, the 3D functionality does a phase angle test, which tests the conductivity of the body. And the astronauts, when they come back out of space, NASA wants to know conductively, if you're electrically alive. And so this gives you a number, and this scale is kind of like a pH scale.
They test them, and when they're up there the full time, they're looking at phase angle, because it is a sensitive test as to the general health of the cells.
Yeah, so we can give you that overall constitutional health and determine your bioelectrical conductivity through the phase angle test. In addition, an EKG, the pulse, respiratory system, the whole cardiovascular systems, all of the organ systems.
Neurological, endocrine, all of the digestive, all of the organ systems.
And the thing I like about the lymphatic test, because we can actually narrow in on what lymph nodes are enlarged and where the inflammation is. I mean, whether they're in the groin, or they're under the arms, or behind the knees, or in the breast.
Does that.
It is amazing when you put all three of these together. You know what you have? You have information about exactly where you are in your overall health and well-being.
And what you need to do about it.
Well, that's the beauty of it, and that's why, in conjunction with the Universal Medical Imaging Group, the pH Miracle and the whole pH Miracle philosophy fits into there, because we've inverted this pyramid. Rather than doing invasive type protocols and treatments, it's not invasive. We don't take anything off the table, but Dr. Ben allows you the opportunity through food and good nutrition and supplementation and hydration of the proper types of waters and exercise. And then if these other types of, let's say, naturopathic or herbals or allopathic treatments are necessary, they're still on the table. But first, as Hippocrates said, you know, first do no harm, and let your food be your medicine and your medicine be your food. And as a group, Dr. Ben here, Dr. Galina, and myself, I couldn't think of a better trio that's going to be helping you to regain and restore your health. Because remember, it's your body, it's your choice, it's your life, and this is the freedom that you have. And you have all the options now, and through this medical imaging that we do, we give you the information that you need to make an intelligent decision.
So you have thermography that's providing you that body of knowledge, ultrasound, and the bioscan. It's just an amazing synchronicity of information which allows us to first gain a body of knowledge and then do the appropriate treatments to help people regain their health.
Folks, thank you for listening. This is Dr. Young with Dr. Ben Johnson. Thank you for our association and friendship to bring you the best that's available in health and wellness.